Hello and welcome to Rockland High School Biology. I'm Mr. Morrison. Sorry I can't be there tonight. I'm dropping off my son at Cal Poly Pomona, so I'll be back soon. But anyways, like I said, I'm sorry I can't be there tonight. Um, anyways, this is biology, and I'm just going to take you real quickly, hopefully, through some ideas. If you'd like to sign in, there is a online sign-in sheet you can scan with your phone, and it'll take you a place. You can tell me who you are, and it has a spot for questions and that kind of stuff if you have any questions for me in the end. So just like I said real quickly, the first thing is the approach to biology is model based, and so we have what is called model based biology. And what we try to do is you try to look at phenomenon, and then a phenomenon really is something that'll make you ask questions. That in itself, that's like almost the definition in our class of a phenomenon. As you see something, you go like, "What's going on there?" Well, that's a phenomenon. So, and then we try to make a model to explain what is going on. And so, like for instance, this is oftentimes found in tunnels, and people don't really notice them. A lot of people say, "I've never seen these in tunnels." Well, they're there. You just got to be observant. And people say, "Well, what's there a fan doing in the middle?" And there'll be a series of fans sometimes in the middle of an underpass or a tunnel, and then you try to figure it out. Like, what is the reasoning for this? I'm not going to tell you what this is. I'm going to actually use this probably as a warm up question of my students pretty quick here, and we're going to see if they can figure it out. Like, why would there be fans in tunnels? Then to keep you cool? I don't know. So, anyways, PQM is the approach, and that brings us kind of to the next slide, where we have what's called NGSS, and NGSS is Next Generation Science Standards, which is instead of focusing on rote memorization, it's trying to get you to be a problem solver, and you're learning the systems and how to think for yourself rather than just rote memorization. So it's actually how science should be taught, really, in this kind of in this phenomenon question model type of a manner. Now you do have to do some memorization because there's vocabulary, and if you don't have the vocabulary, you don't know what homeostasis is. You don't know what cellular respiration is. You can't really have a conversation at a certain level. So there is a little bit of memorization there as well. Completing versus understanding. Of course, students want to take their notebooks and they want to just complete it, get it done, but maybe they don't understand what's going on, and that gets into the idea of even busy work. So um, really, in the world of notebooks, and it shouldn't be busy work because you're making you. You are making you. You're building your brain. You're building your knowledge, like Isaac Newton did when he made his notebooks. He could go back to them, and there's a story about him. He did something, and then years later, someone was asking him when they were looking through a telescope and they were looking at this comet, and Isaac Newton went, "Oh my gosh! Like 6 years ago, I had written something about the mathematics of elliptical orbits," and he went back through his notes and he found it. And so that's his notebook was so powerful because he was building his thoughts, his ideas, and able to carry them forward. And that's really what we want to do is to build ourselves and carry our knowledge forward and get stronger. At the top, we have these two children: growth mindset versus fixed mindset. And I think one of the most important things to learn in school really is, not everything is going to come easily. And sometimes when they don't, we have the idea that maybe we're not smart. And that's simply not true. Um, you can do pretty much anything you want to do within reason, um, if you have your mind to it, but you can't do um, anything if you have your mind against it. So growth mindset is super important. Always having a good attitude and really fighting and learn how to fight and have some resilience and persistence and some grit in anything that you do, whether it be sports or music or education. So the last thing is formative assessments versus summative assessments, and we will give quizzes, for instance, that assess them, but in a way that they can take a look at the results, change the results, and learn from those quizzes there, so that they can take it at the end of unit exam. And so that's probably the best example is the formative assessments being those quizzes that we take before the end of the unit that help them to build their knowledge. In a certain sense, all of our tests are formative because they can always retake them. In fact, they have to retake them if they fail them, being that they are essential skills in a mastery-based learning environment. So formative versus summative assessments. And this is just a little bit more details. They have exams and essential skills, which are the highest percentage of our grade in our syllabus. And then your quiz prepare you for exams, and notebooks prepare you for the quizzes. And all of these things are important elements to class: performance on your essential skills, performing on your non-essential skills, and then participation. Participation really is the notebook. The notebook is just like a manifestation of what we do in class on a daily basis. And so if you've done a good notebook, you've kept up, you've participated in, hopefully, if all those things happen, you should be well ready to take the quizzes and do well. And then having the chance to perform on those quizzes, then you have a chance to perform on the end of unit exams. So, anyways, moving on to Schoology, there's a ton of stuff on Schoology. Almost everything I do in class is on Schoology. Your agendas are linked at the top. Every day there'll be links to things that we do in class. You have your if you go down to the where it says current unit folder, and the green folder with the unit numbers, the current folder. If you scroll down below the calendar, the previous units are in there. But I tend to I try to put everything we do in class on Schoology, so it's accessible. If you ever need help navigating it, because there's a lot of stuff on there, then please let me know. And once again, the course calendar is actually on Schoology as well. So, biology, model based, trying to get your kids to be problem solvers, and just really enjoying learning, hopefully. If you have any questions, fill out the form with the scan code, or send me an email, pmorrison@rockonusd.org. But like I said, I'm really interested in biology. Your kids are amazing, and I like teaching them. And hopefully, with a good attitude on both sides of the ball, we have a great year, and we really enjoy learning. So, welcome to Mr. Morrison's biology class, and I hope you have a great year and a great back to school night.